doing the chew snap, doing the chew snap. Here we go, here we go. Welcome once again to the Shlicketty cast. You came back, guys. You came back. Oh my gosh, let's do what we always do one last time. Oh, before I get kooky with you, guess who's here? I hear somebody knocking. Hopefully they don't dine and dash on us. What's that ringing? It's our buddy Mike. Whoa, now there is some high-tech technology.
Making things happen. Animation, keyframes, things and stuff.
Wow, moving. If you notice the little graphics, you get the songs. We're upgrading, guys. Guess what today is? Today, well, you might not notice it. We're going to notice it. We're kind of excited because this is the last day in our studio here.
We have been doing so well with our podcast
Yeah.
that they came to us and said, we're going to give you guys an upgrade.
We got the raise. The big man said, you got a raise, Tiger.
Slightly bigger studio. We're going to a slightly bigger studio.
Yes. What does that mean to you guys? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
It'll look exactly the same.
My background might look different.
Yeah. That's our goal. We want to get Mike Square looking good.
Yeah.
You might see a little bit of angle change, maybe lighting, notch up, but we're going to work on it. But over the next oncoming few episodes, pretty soon, we're working on the new backdrop. We're going to be doing some stuff, some upgrades. You're going to see little graphics flying around. You're going to be seeing things.
Now, if you find it upsetting, don't let it get to you. Take deep breaths.
It's okay.
You gotta let it sit in there, you know? It's like, I moved to a new house once and I didn't like it, and my friend says, it's because you don't have any fun memories here yet. Give it some time.
Ooh, I like that.
Just let it sink in, let it settle in.
Yes.
It'll be all right.
I know.
Just deep breaths.
Every time we've upgraded, I mean, if you guys go back in time and listen to some of our old shitty episodes, they were horrible. But I mean, you know, it's kind of what we do now. They're still horrible, but at least they're better horrible. So that's the idea. I can't believe you're still with us. You're still watching us. Somebody is. That's good. But once again, we got to do the like and subscribe. Come on. I mean, it's obligatory at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely like and subscribe. If you guys are watching, subscribe it, because it's not like we're gonna spam you. We literally do nothing with it.
No. I like comments. I will answer the comments. So if you
yeah.
got a question, I mean, I want comments. I mean, don't be hassling us, but I mean, hey, if you want to add to our best worst list, if you want to say, hey, I really like your tie. Hey man, why is your taste so crooked? Like, if you want to ask me something, or go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. We want to. There's a community button on the YouTube there. It says community, and I have a daydream, Mike. I keep thinking about it like a weird, not a cult, but a Shlicketty cult that is just a bunch of madcap wieners that just like to goof and silly around. And maybe they'll all talk to each other. Maybe you all get to know each other somehow. Maybe you're from a different part of the country. Maybe you're from, I don't know, outer space. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe we can play some games or something.
Yeah. We'll exchange butternut squash recipes. We'll exchange video game suggestions. We'll do it all. A community.
Oh, I just realized I'm chewing gum.
Shlicketty cult.
I'm here like smack, smack, smack.
Oh, you're smacking gum, yeah.
I'm
Well,
smacking gum.
you'll have that.
Yeah, but
That's Radio 101. They tell you in radio, don't be chewing gum on the air.
No, and it sucks for people listening. People listening are not gonna like it at all. I don't like it. I know. I'm just like fucking Roseanne Barr.
What kind of gum is it though? Is it good gum?
What do you mean good gum?
Well, I mean, or is it your standard? No, it's a little Wrigley's.
No, it's just Orbit.
Orbit? Okay, Orbit's not bad. I don't mind the Orbit.
Yeah, the Orbit's good because it's sugar-free.
It is?
Yeah.
And it's got that winter freshery.
Yeah, it does. It's nice.
Yeah. Orbit's not bad.
I mostly have it because, like, you know, like you go to work and, like, you eat something at work and then you just, like, get, like, you know, cheese mouth or something or, like, chocolate mouth or you know, coffee breath or something.
Or I drink a lot of water and I'm like, my mouth craves flavor. So I like it for just flavor. It's like, I'm bored. My water palate, my palate sucks.
Yeah, it gets very boring with the water.
Yeah.
Sometimes I change it up and I have soda. I don't care. Sometimes I like soda.
I got the Starbucks that's leaking all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Fucking jackass. So here I got a little mini rant. Starbucks. So I order online. I always order ahead. I stop at the Starbucks today, and the place is packed for some reason. It's never this packed at this time on the way to the studio. So I'm like, so I go to open the door. It's locked. And then the kids all turn around and look at me, and then I realize they're having like some kind of giant staff meeting there. And the door was locked, and I'm going,
in the middle of the day.
yeah, and I'm going, go. And then I notice on the thing, and the kid points at the door, and I'm like, oh, okay. There's a little thing written on the door that says, please use drive-thru. I'm like, I waved at everybody, like I interrupted their whole meeting. But I mean, I thought I was kind of like, you guys, you're Starbucks. You couldn't find a different place to do this? I mean, or found a Starbucks that doesn't have as much traffic? Because this is 12th Street here we're talking. There's a lot of busy biz going in there, a lot of biz.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I don't get the attraction.
Well, I love the Starbucks. I'm team Starbucks. Here's the problem with the Starbucks, though. The drive-thru is a fucking nightmare. Because if I just want to go pick up a thing, that's great. But if I see 6 cars in there, guess what? You got 8 teenagers ordering banana lattes, one by one, and then you got a grandma in front of it trying to get a scone, and you got
lemon snickerdoodles,
and everybody's taking forever. So it's not like a Wendy's drive-thru here. A Starbucks drive-thru is like, holy fuck, there's 20 minutes here. They're making it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And then here we go. I pull out of there. I'm like, all right, that was better than I thought. All right, I pull it out of there. I'm like, feet, don't fail me now. Make it right. Going up Pittsburgh Avenue, and then I hear the train. The lights start blinking. I'm like, oh, we're doing this.
I'm telling you, dude.
I said, we're doing this. Fuck this. Lights. I'm going around it.
I gave up on Pittsburgh Avenue, man. It was like every time I was trying to scoot on down to go to work or something like that, I hit the train. It was such a gamble because those trains are so long.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-minute train.
Yeah.
So you either get to work, like you leave early enough to account for the train, don't hit the train, and then you're there 20, 25 minutes early. Or you don't account for the train, you get hit with the train, and then you're there fucking late. It's super annoying. So I just started taking the highway down to 12th. Fuck it.
Yeah, the train, I know. There's a time, like, I used to like watching the train. It's funny, trains now are like, it seems like more stuff is going by train. So therefore, they're too high, like two cars high.
Yeah.
And they're boring. And there's lack of graffiti. Where's all the graffiti? There used to be train graffiti back in the 80s and 90s. I've not seen a lot of train. You might see a little scribble like, oh, right, squits, and like, a scribble here and there. But there's no graffiti. I'm like, oh.
I think most of it is that most of the graffiti is on the other side of the train than where you're at.
Oh, good theory. On the other, well, my thought was maybe they're just stacking shipping containers, and the shipping containers don't have access to the Getaw.
Right.
So the folks in the Getaw ain't at the shipping yard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking.
Also, I think they've been keeping tighter security on train and railway stations and depots and stuff like that. I know
terrorism?
Huh?
For terrorism?
No, for fucking people with their selfies. So what's been happening is people go out and they start fucking taking selfies on train tracks, and then they either space out and like they forget they're on active train tracks, or there've been a couple incidents where people they think they're on a safe track but they're not.
Right.
So yeah,
I could see that.
There was an incident with a film crew a number of years ago, 6-7 years ago. They were setting up on a train trestle.
Oh boy.
It was actually for a Dwayne Allman biopic, and it was a dream sequence where he's in like a hospital bed, lying in the middle of a train track, on the middle of a trestle.
Good idea, but you're right. Filming that would be like, okay, what are we doing?
Well, they didn't check shit out, man, because they had it all set up, and then a fucking train was coming. And then they started scrambling shit, and they didn't all get off there. Like, somebody got killed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bad scene. So, like, when I started film school, they were all over that one. And then there was another one where there was a YouTube guy who, I think he was in, like, New Jersey or maybe, like, New York area.
Okay.
And he was, like, he would go out to the train yards and he was, like, one of these, like, you got to be pumped and focused, one of these sort of guys. And so I think he would go out and do, like, push-ups in the train yard.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Like anyway, so he's out there doing his, like, he's like, boom, boom, and then the train fucking hits him,
Oh.
Because once again, and there's video of it. You know what I mean? You can see the video, and it's like you don't know why. I mean, they don't show like him getting like thrashed by the train.
It's horrifying.
But it's like you don't know if he just isn't processing that the train is honking at him and bearing down on him and getting louder,
Yeah.
or if he thinks it's on the track behind him, so
Right.
he thinks it's going to be a cool shot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
know what
Like
I
he
mean?
think he could have the wind shot, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the subway wind shot.
Yeah, and then there's always like, people like, walking on train tracks and this sort of stuff. So.
Yeah. I wonder how many bad blues musicians got hit by a train while taking a picture for their album cover.
I think a lot of people.
There's always a cheesy blues band or a cheesy songwriter that goes, I'm going to bring my acoustic guitar down the railroad tracks and we're going to take an album cover picture. And they all do it. I can go down a laundry list of local folks that do it. But I mean, we're talking even bigger picture. It's got to be, it's a scourge.
But the thing is, because I kind of found that when I was out in Phoenix and I was doing like a video shoot with this dude. And I found this local quasi-industrial area sort of close to my house. Mm-hmm. And there was like a train track there, and it was like some like feed processing plants, so like silos and that sort of shit.
Right.
And it was good to shoot in because it gave you nice silhouettes close to the ground of interesting stuff.
Sure, I can see it.
And the railroad lines kept it relatively open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could get a vanishing point. You could
Yeah,
get a
it's
bit
not
of perspective.
overgrown.
Right, and if it was sort of off to the sides, and so you could definitely have, it's sort of like,
I get the allure.
Rust Belty and overgrown and like, dilapidated and industrial. And then you got like a guy like fucking singing and dancing around in bright colored clothes and stuff. You get that sort of juxtaposition in it, which is what you're looking for in a music video.
I guess, but it's just been overplayed. That hand has been played too many times. That's where it's kind of
Well, it's like metal band photos in a cemetery. Like,
oh, for sure. Oh my God,
That's
every
been
metal
done too
band.
much.
Our local cemetery has this giant sarcophagi fucking thing, and every goth head metal band in town from here since 1978 till now has got their band photo in front of it.
yeah.
And I guess it's kind of like almost like you pay homage. It's like, all right, let's go down to Chestnut Street. But I don't. It's kind of hokey.
It is, but back when
It's like the brick wall shot.
well, it was the what was the fucking down on 20th Street, the fucking place,
Continental Building?
yeah, the Continental Building.
Right.
Sorry, I'm fidgeting with fucking batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Continental Building back in the day. They had the Continental Ballroom, which you could like rent out and do shows at. And then there were some people doing like jamming, like rehearsing there.
Yeah,
That's
there's
why
a
we were there.
hippie
And then the whole
band, there was a
back half
metal
of the
band, there was a
building
punk
was
band.
like the whole back half of the building was in like
Yes, my first band,
Falling apart.
Cyclone, we had our 8x10 taken right there. It was a collapsed brick building, and
Yeah.
it looked like something out of The Walking Dead or something
Or
post-apocalyptic.
it looked like after the Blitz in London. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just
was
fucking
cool.
industrial rubble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
feel like we kind of were the first ones on that one, and no one's done it since. But
Did they ever clean up any of that shit back
oh
there?
yeah, they did.
Because I thought you guys got the photos like at a really good time where it sort of looked, Mad Maxy post-apocalyptic. And
Yeah.
then, like 2 weeks after you guys shot those photos, they like 2/3 of it got cleaned up and shit.
Yes, yes, and then they started hanging signs, not allowed there, and then and they started enforcing it.
Yeah.
Because it was dangerous.
Oh yeah, it was all dangerous. But also like down at the at Dobbins Landing at the dock down there, all along there off either side was just these grain piles of
The grain elevator. There's still one down there. Yeah.
like gravel or I don't know what the hell they were.
Oh yeah. There's always urban myths
Sand or dirt.
of teenagers falling down there drunkenly, and
Oh well, those were like the shafts, the buildings,
yeah.
the grain silos. Yeah, but there was also just the giant mounds of sand and dirt and aggregate
Yeah,
rock.
you always
and,
see those. Like when you're going over the bridge and you look down and you go, oh, look at that giant pile of rocks there next to the railroad tracks. I always
all
thought to
gone
myself,
now.
would you, have they ever found people in there? Like if I was to go, all right, I'm going to climb those rocks, would I climb to the top? Would I sink? I always wondered. I always thought, would you find dead bodies in there?
I thought back in the day, like the late '80s, like where because we'd go down to the dock and hang out and like hacky sack and shit, and those piles are like right there.
Yeah.
I still have an earphone in. For no reason. Yeah, you probably could back then. There weren't really any fences.
Yeah.
You could get because when you get like 3 feet off State Street there back in the day, it was just dark, and there was like one spot. It was this place that fixes boats, and they had they had a light with one of those shades on it, and then underneath it they had a nice square concrete pad.
Yeah.
So we would just go stand there and play hacky sack. But other than that, it was all dark. And you could go out towards the water where those
You haven't been down there since it's all been gentrified, have you?
No, that's all gone now.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff is gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's all some parking lot for some condo unit.
Oh, wait till... Yeah, I haven't brought you down there yet.
No, I've been down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Oh, wow, yeah. I know. The post-apocalyptic band shot.
Yeah. Well, the overused band shots. You know.
There's the bands always like to do the brick wall shot. I always laughed at... It's... I know. I get tired... We should make a list of what bands should not do in their photos. How about drummers shouldn't have their drumsticks in their hand.
Why? Why?
It's corny. You look like Twisted Sister. What are we doing here?
It lets you know who the drummer is.
I mean, do we really care? Then you go, or it's like, I'm gonna bring the bass player's gonna bring his bass, and the drummer's gonna hold his drumsticks, and then the singer's gonna have a microphone stand. It's like, in front of a brick wall?
I mean, honestly, I really think it depends on the kind of band you're doing. If you're doing like an 80s hair metal band and you're doing, all that sort of stuff.
You almost have to do it like cheesily
homage-y.
homage-y. I could almost see it like spoofy homage-y. But I don't know about seriously, like, let's do a brick wall shot. And if you're going to do a brick wall shot, just do it punk rock style and sit down on the ground with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
But if you're in like a straight up metal band, like Accept or something like that,
balls to the wall,
like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like if I was the manager of a metal band and they go, "What do you think, Manager Aaron? What should we do for a shot?" And you'd run through all right, dilapidated building, no railroad tracks, no cemetery, drummer can't hold his sticks. What are we gonna do here? Well, I don't know. If you were a metal band, what would you do?
You know what I always thought was a cool photo? I saw it was one of those famous photographers. They were shooting Metallica, and so they had Metallica just. Each one of them just stand there, just regular face, and this is, just a couple years ago or whatever, so they're all like 50-something now or whatever. And then on a projector, they were projecting a picture of them going, from when they were like 20.
Oh, that's fun.
On their face.
Oh, so it's like an overlay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
I like also, here's a good shot that doesn't get utilized enough, I like the burnt out car.
Like burnt out, like
a shell of an old car.
Okay.
It's just like it caught on fire.
Not like on fire.
No, it's long been out. Or just a destroyed car that is just the frame, like from a junkyard. The junkyard shot could be good, but
junkyard could be good.
Yeah.
But the problem with junkyards is fucking.
They're scaggy.
I don't know about around here, but every time we go to the junkyard in Phoenix, you end up with a flat tire.
Oh, for sure. That's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody's getting a tetanus shot.
Yeah. Guaranteed you a tetanus shot and a trip to the tire shop.
What else? Oh, I had minor rants. What do we got I didn't do any show prep today, but that's all right, because I knew we were moving our studio, so I didn't really do much show prep. I got a list for later, so you guys got to stick around for the list. You're going to like this one. You're going to like the list. Look at that. Look at that high-def production. I have another rant, though. This is an old rant that I haven't done yet.
Oh, what do you got?
Well, do you got a rant? You haven't done a I'm the guy who rants. You never rant. And you're ranting in normal life. You're a ranter.
Yeah, but it's just so negative and not fun that, there's no point. There's no place for it on the podcast.
But I can rant.
Yeah, because you rant about things that everybody can relate to. I rant about dumb stuff that only bothers me a lot.
Right. Well, I'm bitching about everyone taking band photos and then my $5 latte from Starbucks. Yeah. I mean, come on. No one's going to relate to that. I'm the most unrelatable person in the world.
That's stuff everybody can relate to.
I guess so.
I mean, I could tell you how I was on hold for an hour today with unemployment just to ask a clarification question. So I did that.
Did you get any playback music? What were they doing? Was there any?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it was on so long, I literally spaced out. For an hour, because I had it in my headphones, so I'm not like holding the phone or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting there on the computer. I'm watching another video and stuff. And all of a sudden I realize somebody's talking in my ear. And I'm like, oh shit.
Wow.
Pause the video. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been getting over a cold. I've been sick the last week.
Yeah, the last episode, last one.
I was fully sick.
Yeah, he was full on sick. If you tune back,
I was like 2-3 days into it.
Yeah, he was a trooper though. He fought through it. Well, here's the thing. He rode with me over to the studio. Guess what? 2 days later. Now, I don't know if this is psychosomatic or I was getting it, but I think I was getting it. Even though I put the thing, I was covering my mouth in the car ride, whatever, but I think I got it. But
you know, funnily enough, that was when I think I got it too. Because my girlfriend was sick and we were just hanging around the house and I didn't really think much of it. But, you know, I was staying away from her and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know, and not touching my eyes with my hands and all that sort of, just general germ protocol. And then we went to the grocery store one day.
Right.
And I was like, man, we're in a closed location. So I can't roll down the passenger window. It fucking doesn't roll down. It makes me nuts. So I rolled down the passenger rear window a little bit, just to create a little vacuum, so it would suck the air out. Yeah, the road's right outside. We'll be further from the road in the new place. So anyway, so we're driving in the car, realizing it's like a fucking germ hothouse in here. So I opened the window to sort of vent it out, and still, it was after that I got sick. Yeah. And then I think it was the same sort of situation when we were driving over here to the studio.
Yeah, we cracked the windows,
Yeah,
but
'cause
I
we had
don't
the
think we
window
did
cracked.
enough.
No.
Because it was cold as fuck. That's why we didn't fully blast them down.
Yeah.
But I know. So I was getting sick. I know. It took me till like, let's see, was that
It was 2 days later.
Yeah. Yeah, Thursday I was like, I was starting to like, I was going to work and I was like, I'm feeling a little woozy, like punch drunk.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out of bed. And then I'm like, my back is starting to ache. And then Friday came and my throat was feeling like.
Yeah, you texted me. You're like, I woke up with a really scratchy throat. Is that how it starts? And I'm like, yeah, that's how it started.
It was like wallpaper paste on my throat.
Yeah, I had a really bad night where I was just fucking like, just coughing, like, just my throat was like fucked up. And the next morning I woke up and it was just like all sore, you know. I probably like slept with my mouth open. It was like a dried throat. Like, and then
I was pounding the water. Yeah. I did the zinc. Massive zinc, kids. Zinc.
Because I was doing garlic pills.
He swears by the garlic pills. I go for the zinc.
I go with the garlic pills because last time I got really sick, like 10 years ago when I quit smoking cigarettes, it was essentially pneumonia. I don't know what the thing was. I wasn't into going to the doctor at the time. I didn't have the money for it. And so I looked up online, you know, homeopathic cures for pneumonia. There's two kinds of pneumonia. There's viral and bacterial.
Right.
Both of them get knocked out by garlic. And so this friend of mine...
weakened or knocked out?
It gets killed by garlic. When you ramp up the garlic ramps up your immune system. So your immune system's fighting it off. The garlic's just ramping it up and making it difficult for it to survive in there.
Is that why vampires don't like garlic?
I don't know.
I wonder what that was.
Oh, speaking of which,
all right,
we've been watching this show called the Decamurin.
Oh wait, Decamurin. Wait, that sounds familiar. Okay, fill me in. Where's it? Okay, what channel is it on?
What channel is it on?
Decamurin.
Maybe it's Netflix or Amazon. Which, no, I don't think it's Amazon because them with their fucking ads, it's almost unwatchable.
I had to step away from Lord of the Rings because of that whole thing. It was just, I was getting pummeled.
It's unwatchable. Unwatchable. You can't watch anything on there.
Yeah.
With their asinine ads. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's Netflix. So, all right.
Decanter. Give me the elevator pitch.
Decamurin is a famous, well-known book. It's one of three in a trilogy. You ever hear of Chaucer's Tales?
Oh, yeah.
There's Chaucer's Tales, the Decameron, and 1001 Arabian Nights. Okay, so these are like three classic books of literature.
Classics, yep, literature classics.
Okay. Edit out film stuff that nobody cares about. So I see a show on Netflix called The Decameron.
Sure.
So, and I don't know how much this has to do with the actual Decameron story. I don't really know the actual Decameron story. But what this is it's set in... do you want me to tell the story?
No, I'm just fucking with you. Okay, go. Okay.
It's set in the Middle Ages during the plague. It's these fucking wealthy people that go to a fucking fancy villa to ride out the plague.
Ooh, Okay.
So everybody's warding off the plague with onions. When you mentioned the garlic, it made me think of them with the onions.
Warding it off the plague with the onions. And their extensive BO, because everyone back then probably smelled like buttholes.
Yeah, but it's done in a... it's a very modern sensibilities. It walks the line between being like sort of, you know, accurate enough in production design and that sort of stuff, and brutality, but also it's a comedy.
Comedy?
Yeah.
How'd they cram that in there?
It's comedy.
Like a British old-timey comedy or like a modern day?
Like a modern day.
Oh. Huh.
Like,
Okay. All right. I mean, it's not going to come across like some WB network bullshit, is
no,
it?
it actually it's good.
Okay.
It's got some people that you may recognize here or there. You know, depending on what your frame of reference is. It's got Tony Hale in it. I know Tony Hale from VP. If you didn't watch VP, you may not know Tony Hale.
I know Tony Hale.
That's
I like Veep.
Yeah, Veep's great.
Yeah, Veep's good.
That shit's hysterical.
He was her handler, that guy. Yeah.
Bagman.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great character.
This is so funny. It just makes me laugh thinking about it.
Yeah, actually, that character made that show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was so fucking funny. And when she used to make him do fucking shit he didn't want to do.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah. So yeah, good cast, well cast. It's a good show. It's interesting. It moves along pretty good. You know, it's sort of that mixed tone. So we've been enjoying the Decamurin. We just finished it. I think it's like 8 episodes. So you know, that was totally cool. Give that a shot. You know. And I think I said last week my girlfriend surprisingly liked the Fall Guy movie.
Yeah, we talked about the Fall Guy movie. Yeah,
Which,
I haven't watched anything since. We've been still going through Day of the Jackal.
I know, me, I just been like in the computer, I'm watching like a lot of videos on YouTube of like people getting arrested by cops because they're fucking idiots and they believe stuff that they read on TikTok. Because all these idiots say the same thing to these cops. The same shit. You know?
I was going to ask you about that.
It's nuts, these fucking people. It's the same brain. I know it's social media.
Yeah.
They get this stupidity.
They learn off TikTok. They go, okay, yeah, that's my 17th Amendment, my 15th.
Dude, they sit there and,
right.
they're like, I don't need to give you my name. And the cop's like, yeah, you legally have to give me your name. They're like, no, I don't. You know, they're like, I need to see your driver's license. I don't need to give you my driver's license. It's like, you do. You legally need to get. You know,
I like the old myth. Remember this was a myth. I was trying to think of myths from the 80s that we all wrote out. And one myth was the cop thing, which
wrote out.
The one where if you ask a narc if he's a police officer, he has to tell you.
Oh man.
No, they don't. You know, remember that one? The biggest urban myth of them all.
Well, that was always the thing with the prostitutes.
Oh yeah, the prostitutes would ask. Yeah, they would ask the 70s cop, "Are you a cop or not?" Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to tell them.
And you have to tell them what kind. There's no. I don't know where somebody invented that, and is it in the thing that cops have to divulge who they are?
Because you're thinking about it in terms of undercover. What they're actually talking about is in terms of entrapment.
Yeah.
Undercover that's deep undercover. That's months. That's years. That's a long time. You'd never admit to any of that sort of stuff. And honestly, those undercover cops, they do some illegal shit in order to maintain their cover.
Right.
But on the other hand is entrapment, which is if a cop walks up to a prostitute with his dick out and says, "How much for sucky fucky?" And she says a price, and then he whips out the cuffs. That's entrapment.
Yeah, can't do that.
So that's why if you walk up to a prostitute and you're like, "How much for sucky fucky?" and she's like, "Are you a cop?" Like they have to be like, "Yeah, I'm a cop," because that's just entrapment. That's just the game of it. That's not undercover. Undercover is different.
What if you asked her?
But I don't know. I'm not a fucking cop.
I don't know. Yeah.
I get this from watching 70s cop shows on TV.
I know.
I'm a fucking moron. What do I know?
Yeah, I know. I'd like to know the answer to that.
Morons
I
unite.
wish I knew. I don't have any cop friends. I have prison guard friends, but I don't have any cop friends. If anyone out there is a cop, answer that question for us, please. Is that a thing? Or a legal scholar? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, here's my rant. You know what makes me nuts?
Nice. Here we go.
My goddamn water out of my faucet smells like fish.
Ooh. Wait a minute.
You don't get this because you're over in Mill Creek.
Yeah, Mill Creek.
I didn't get this when I was in Mill Creek either. Mill Creek's got the best fucking water.
Yeah, we got good water.
Good water.
Erie water's fucking stank your biscuit, huh?
It's not that bad, and I run it through the zero water pitcher, and then I pour it into ice cube trays to make ice cubes.
Sure.
They stink like fish. I was fucking boiling some hot dogs. The water boiling, the steam smells like fucking fish. My girlfriend comes into the kitchen the other day and goes, "Are you cooking fish?" I'm like, "No, it's the fucking water."
Wow.
It bothers me to where last year I actually looked it up. I actually went to Google and like, why the fuck does my goddamn water smell like fish?
What did Goog say?
Google says that it's because it happens in the winter and maybe spring. It's after the fall when the leaves all fall. Because organic matter gets into the storm drains and then starts breaking down.
That makes sense.
That's what Google says. Fuck, it's annoying. I fucking hate it. I hate it all smelling like goddamn fish.
Yeah.
I just
I'll
want
say
to drink
my
some
water,
water.
though.
That's what I'm drinking right here is just water. It's just water. And I can smell the fishiness. And it
Our
sucks.
water, though it tastes good, I'll give you this. I was filling up the cat bowl for some water, and it came right out of the faucet, and it was white misty.
That's the sediment. Yeah, you get that's why when you're running it, if you're for drinking or anything like that, you need to let it run for a minute or so. Because when it's shut off, all that sediment just sort of settles in there and stuff. When you start running it, it comes out and it'll be all cloudy or shit.
Yeah, it was cloudy. But it did taste fine.
And you'll definitely get that if it's coming out of the hot water tank, too.
Yeah. But I got a newer hot water tank.
But yeah, because like because I can tell because I'm doing the filtered water, so the zero water. But even sometimes like it'll even come out looking sort of cloudy. And that's when I just turn it on and fill it. I don't let it run first.
I used to let shit run like that, but I don't know about you. Well, you're a homeowner now too. The water bills are out there.
You know what?
My water bill is fucking kooky. Even though they only charge you every 3 months, it goes with water sewer. So they put every 3 months together.
Water sewer trash.
Yeah, so that's every 3 months. But you go, every 3 months, you're talking, 300 something bucks. I'm like, Jesus,
300?
I think so.
Whoa.
So it ends up being like, maybe like 2 something, 2 late, heavy on the 2,
Wow.
260.
Mine's like 85. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, Mill Creek's expensive in that way, maybe.
Oh, that's right, you're Mill Creek.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I was thinking we were just going through a lot of water,
Not that much.
Because I mean, it's winter time. We're taking longer showers. I'm doing the depression shower.
But
just bake myself.
But it could be is.
I think it's longer showers. I'm definitely taking way longer hot showers, hot ass motherfucking showers. And I don't have a dishwasher, so I do my dishes by hand. So there's my water going out the window.
True.
I need a dishwasher.
That seems like a lot.
I know.
I would suggest maybe contacting the city and having them sort of like, or maybe call a guy with a camera on the pipes. I don't know. Maybe you have a pipe leak somewhere underground, and you're losing water out of a pipe underneath your house somewhere.
Well, that sucks.
Do you notice any spots around your house that are always sort of damp or spongy?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we got 80 feet of snow now right now.
I know, but you know.
Normally, no. Normally, it's pretty snug. Shit's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can you do?
That seems really high. Because I mean, you should look at like your water usage on the bill, the breakdown.
Yeah.
See, like how many gallons
I
is
haven't
it?
looked at it. I just kind of get the bills, and she tells me what we owe.
I know ours will definitely
Here's the money.
Ours will definitely go up when the girlfriend gets on a laundry jag.
Yeah.
She'll just be doing load after load of laundry and stuff like that. She's like, I'm doing the bedding. I'm doing the tablecloths. I'm doing
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the blankets. I'm gonna do the sweatshirts and jeans and then
Yeah. I think most of ours is going out the window because I do dishes by hand because our dishwasher don't work. So I'm doing them by hand, old school style. But I like I've been doing the dishes by hand since 1984.
I do it by hand a lot because it's just me. Because like if it was just me,
I find it easier.
Like for me to wait until the dishwasher is full to run it, it's almost like it gets to be now because my girlfriend loves the dishwasher and so she's all about the dishwasher.
Yeah.
What happens now is that the little stamped IKEA spoons, little spoons, we've run out of spoons. There are literally no more spoons left.
Yeah.
She's got them all in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's what happens. And then you end up leaving things in the...
But I've always got 2 or 3 in the little dish rack. What happens with me is, and I did it today. I'm like I'd done a few dishes last night, got them in the rack drying, right? So this morning, I wake up and I got some shit drying in there. So I got a large plate, I got a small plate, I got a bowl, I got a knife, a fork, a spoon. So I put all that shit away. And I'm like, I'm gonna make some breakfast. I make breakfast, which was raviolis, and I end up using the exact same small plate, the bowl, the fork, the knife, the spoon, like the same stuff I just put away because I washed last night. I end up using again. I'm literally like that guy. I could just cycle through 2 plates of bowl, knife, fork, and spoon. Just wash them, put them in the rack, take them out of the rack, use them. It's like I'm dumb guy like that when it's just me. So,
The bowl thing got me thinking. Guess what? It's time for the list. You want to know why? I know. It sounds like a weird segue. You're going to be like, why'd you change channels on me? Well, here's the deal. So I got a list this week. And it's funny you mentioned the bowl, because when you said bowl, I started thinking, what do we put in a bowl, Mike?
Weed? Ugh, it tastes like fish.
Fish? No.
Fucking rice.
Rice too, but when we were young...
Oh, the cereals.
The cereal. But that was kind of my list, but no, I went for a cereal list, but I can't do a cereal list, man.
No, did we do a cereal list?
No, I don't think we did. Maybe in an old episode we were dabbling there, but we didn't. See, because there's too many. I started making a master list.
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy crap, there's like 500. They're all good. I love all cereals. There's no bad cereal to me, because I'm a cereal aficionado. So to me, there's no bad cereal. Well, there are bad cereal, but there's no ew cereal. So, unless it's Raisin Bran.
There's no gross cereals.
Yeah, but so I had to go a different route. The list this week, you ready for this? All right. The best worst, get this, Mike, discontinued cereals.
Oh, man.
Discontinued cereals. You got to go back in the Wayback Machine. You got to think about it.
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know?
Well, they're not around, but you remember when you're young and you go, if you're to go look for them now, if you go, I'm at Wegmans, I'm going to go look for that old cereal. What, do they still make that?
Man, I don't know. This will be interesting.
This will be interesting. You want to go best or worst? They got to be discontinued. And you'll remember all of them, too. I know. I had to
really?
The reason why I made this list, because my number one of the worst is the reason I made this list, because I just got to thinking about it, and it made me instantly angry how jacked and ripped off I felt as a kid when I got the cereal.
All right, well, let's do the best first, and then we'll end with the worst. We'll end with your worst number one.
Yeah, the one that made me jacked, that made this whole list happen.
Yeah, the motivator.
So the best, all right.
I don't remember any of these.
All right.
Now, I could maybe do like candy bars and shit that were around when we were kids that you don't see anymore.
Oh.
But cereals, I cannot think of many. Now, I can think of a lot of cereals that when we were kids had sugar in the name.
Oh, sure.
And that got changed when we got to be like teenagers.
Yeah, Super Sugar Crisp was Super Golden
I remember
Crisp.
you and me going home one night from, I don't know, band practice, a gig you guys were doing or something like that, and you're like, let's stop at the grocery store so I can get something to eat, because you were hungry. And you're like, I'm buying the first box of cereal that says sugar on it. We were in there for almost an hour.
Yeah, in the 90s, they got, or late 80s, early 90s, they were getting rid of the word sugar. It was not a marketing thing.
It wasn't a thing. So I know that all the sugar ones went away, but other than that, I cannot think of any. Remember like Diggum cereal was Sugar Smacks, and then they changed them to Smacks, the Diggum cereal. Yeah, Golden Smacks.
Yeah, Golden Smacks, whereas they used to be Sugar Smacks.
Yeah. I used to have a towel of that. It had that frog on it.
Right. Yeah, Diggum. His name was Diggum.
Yeah, good Diggum.
I like Diggum. I know. I almost did the mascot one too, the best worst mascots. We got that. That's a list waiting to happen. So we'll do that someday. But okay, here's one that I remember. Do you remember a cereal called Crazy Cow?
With K's?
No, with a C. Crazy Cow. It was pink. It was basically Pink Tricks, and the motto was Crazy Cow makes your milk strawberry. Makes strawberry milk.
I remember the strawberry milk thing.
Yeah, and it looked like pink, and there was a cow, a pink cow, and
because it was just Kix with strawberry coating.
Pretty much.
Because Kix was just unflavored spheres.
Yeah.
It was like unflavored Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what it was. Yeah. Crazy Cow was number 5.
Wow, I sort of remember the thing about the strawberry milk.
Yeah, I remember the cereal kind of sucking, but for some reason the milk was pretty strawberry good.
Oh my God, I can't stop yawning. Sorry. because it almost seemed like that was their whole purpose. Was we're gonna get you. It was like, so they used to be like this dry mix, quick Nestle Quick.
Yeah.
And it was a dry powder, and you put a spoonful of it in your fucking milk, and you could make a chocolate milk. And then they came out with a strawberry one. Mm-hmm. So it was like, they're like, we'll take Kix, we'll wet it, and then we'll roll it around in Strawberry Quick.
Yep, that's pretty much what they did. And I think I remember the cereal kind of looking like, well, it was pink at first, but all the pink would kind of turn into your milk, and you would literally have the beige spheres. So
Yeah, like Kix.
yeah, and they'd soggy up really big time. So the Crazy Cow, number 5, stinks. Here's number 4. I had, remember, okay, we like the Fruity Pebbles. You like the Cocoa Pebbles. Do you remember discontinued Cupcake Pebbles?
What? No.
You don't remember Cupcake Pebbles?
No.
Oh, they were birthday cake flavored.
Ew.
You'd think. They're kind of vanilla-ish, though. They didn't.
Right.
In those days, they couldn't get birthday cake like they can today. Back then, it was just kind of like vanilla.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Right, what the snozberry?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Cupcake Pebbles, number 4.
Wow. So it must just taste like sugar.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Vanilla sugar. It was kind of more vanilla-ish.
Yeah, it's vanilla, sugar, and then you throw some color in it.
And then you're like, oh, it's like a birthday cake sprinkles.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. All right, here's one they had to go side by side because they're kind of essentially the same, though they had different mascots. Discontinued monster cereals, which were the Fruit Brute.
Right. I just watched a documentary on these recently.
Fruit Brute or Yummy Mummy. Same thing.
Right. Now, those ones, I don't remember.
I remember Fruit Brute. I never ate Yummy Mummy, though.
Yeah, I know they came later because I watched that documentary. But I remember when we were kids, straight up Count Chocula, Boo Berry, and Frankenberry. I remember those hardcore.
Right.
Like, I had issues with Boo Berry.
I loved the blueberry.
I ate Boo Berry and Tang. That was my breakfast. And then turned out in kindergarten and shit, I couldn't stay in my seat. They had to have meetings with the teachers and my parents about it, about why Mike can't stay in his seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
and it turned out because you're feeding him Tang and Boo Berry.
Yeah. Boo Berry was good.
It was real good. I liked it. I liked Count Chocula. I didn't mind I was never a strawberry fan.
No?
No.
Well, Frankenberry was good, though.
It's all right, but like I said, I'm never much of a strawberry fan in general. You know?
The Boo Berry, though. The Boo Berry.
Yeah, Boo Berry. I love the Boo Berry. Count
Of the monster cereals, yeah, Boo Berry is definitely top.
But I remember it was like, Boo Berry was sort of hard to come by. You definitely get it at Halloween time, but sometimes it wouldn't be there. Count Chocula was always there, and Frankenberry was always there.
Yeah.
But Boo Berry was
Fruit Brute was kind of like...
that came later.
Yeah, but it came and went. But before that was Yummy Mummy, but I don't think I remember Yummy Mummy. I remember the mummy being on commercials, but when I go to the store, it was never in the store.
Yeah, I don't think our stores around here were carrying it.
Yeah, maybe it was like a California thing where we were getting the commercials, but we weren't getting the cereal.
Yeah, because I think we were seeing them on like Saturday morning cartoons, but those are national ads.
Yeah.
Those are like Hasbro and
yeah, so
Mattel.
yeah, I'd be like, Yummy Mummy, I gotta try this. And then when you get the cereal aisle and Mom goes, go pick out 2 cereals, you know, I'm looking around for the mummy, not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yummy.
I sort of remember those, but I really don't actually remember them. Because like when we were kids, I remember it. But I think those came around like 79, 80. Like I was out of it by then. I wasn't paying attention to the cereals.
I stayed with cereal all the way up until I was way out of high school. I was a cereal aficionado until the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I think, I know at a certain point, probably, because I remember those monster cereals when I was a little kid. Like I said, kindergarten, first grade shit. And then after that, I think I remember, well, they wouldn't buy it for me anymore. They wouldn't buy me any of that stuff anymore.
Oh.
So the cereals became the bland cereals.
The most fun you could get was maybe some Golden Grams.
No, it wasn't.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
No.
No.
That didn't exist.
Oh.
That was.
You were getting the adults here like Chex.
Yep, it was Rice Chex, Rice Krispies. So then I started coating shit with sugar.
That's what I was doing. Sugar, cinnamon sugar. I'd make my own cinnamon sugar and go.
I was like glazing it in sugar. Oh, it was so
I was
much sugar.
making mountains in those Rice Krispies.
Yeah,
mountains.
My favorite thing, I'd slice up a banana and then fucking glaze it with sugar, man. It was so,
you got me hungry.
Oh,
I love cereal.
So sugar, yeah.
Now, this one almost made my number 1, but I had to put it at number 2 because I don't know if you remember it. This was my favorite. OJs. Do you remember the OJs?
OJs.
They're orange. They're orange circle spheres. But it was the only cereal back in the day. It was like a little cowboy guy, and they were OJs, and they looked like little oranges. And they only had orange. It was the only orange cereal available. That's why I liked that. I was like, these are orange. Holy crap. They're oranges. And they were yummy. Now, the milk kind of tasted a weird chalk. It made the milk kind of strange. But as a cereal, they really nailed the orange.
Yeah, orange and milk probably don't mix too well.
Yeah, it didn't translate too well. Maybe that's the disconnect.
Boy, I don't know if I remember that one at all.
Yeah, you might want to look. Yeah, give it a Google on the picture of it, and it might ring a bell if you saw the box. Because a couple of these ones, and the worst ones, you're gonna go, well, I don't remember that one. But once you see the box,
like O''Jay?
No, OJ, like an O and a J, and it was made by Kellogg's. It was a Kellogg's cereal.
Huh?
Yeah.
Trying to put that complete breakfast right in the bowl.
Oh yeah, it was Kellogg. Yeah, and the mascot was like a cowboy, and he was like had an orange hat and an orange vest, kind of like Woody from Toy Story, only all orange. And he was riding an orange, and the orange had a saddle on it.
Man, I don't really remember that.
No? Oh man, give it a go. Take a picture of it. You'll be like, I think I remember that. Here's the number one best one though. This was my favorite cereal, which is obviously a big knockoff of the Captain Crunch. Got to go with Mr. T. The Mr. T cereal. I loved Mr. T cereal.
You?
Oh yeah.
Was it a Captain Crunch knockoff?
It was basically Captain Crunch. Yeah, cut the roof of your. But it was Captain Crunch shaped like T's. Yeah, maybe a little puffier than the
Wow, yeah, you're right. The sort of stunt cereal.
Yeah, but the Mr. T cereal was good.
Yeah, when you say that, now I can probably think of probably 3 or 4 that were around, like stunt cereals that like went away.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. T was good because Mr. T had crunch to it, and it would stay solid in the milk. So your sog level didn't sink in for a while. So you could still be reading the box, doing whatever, reading the side of the box, doing the maze on the back, and your shit is still staying crunchy. You don't got sog. You don't have a race to eat it like Rice Krispies. There's a race. Your sog level wasn't.
Well, definitely, yeah, like Frosted Flakes and Rice Krispies, all those ones. The puffed ones where it's like all hollow inside. Yeah, those ones just get soggy.
Yeah, the sog.
Yeah.
The only sog cereal that worked for sog was probably the shredded wheat. You want the sog, don't you?
I've never eaten shredded wheat.
What? You've never eaten a fucking shredded wheat?
No.
You've never eaten frosted mini wheat?
Nope.
Dude.
I tried them, man. It was like eating a Brillo pad. I was like, no.
Sure, but if you were to sugar them up, nowadays they got frosted mini wheat. Wegmans has a strawberry one and a blueberry one, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Never my thing. My brother liked them. My brother used to eat them.
I got 2 that were discontinued cereals though. 2 that you might remember.
Wait, what's this? Your honorable mention?
Yes.
Or is this your number 1?
I liked them too. I only had it one time. They're called Crunchy Stars. Guess who the mascot was?
Wait, what was it called?
Crunchy. Crooncy. Made by Kellogg's. Crunchy Stars.
CHY?
Yeah.
Crunchy?
Swedish Chef was the mascot for it.
Oh.
They're called Crunchy Stars. And they're basically they're the same thing as Mr. T cereal, only they were star-shaped.
So it was the same Captain Crunch, which I believe was sweetened corn.
Yeah, it was corn. I think it was corn fluff, maybe a little oats in there, but corn fluff.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention here too. Now this is for the old timers out there. Do you remember Sir Grape Fellows?
What?
Sir Grape Fellows. You don't remember Sir Grape?
No.
Oh my God, Sir Grape. I only had those like once or twice because those were around when I was little. But you don't remember grape cereal? Do you remember cereal being grape?
No.
Oh,
not
yeah.
that I can think of.
It was like a flying...
Because I thought Blueberry was like, this is nuts, it's blue.
Oh, yeah. Well, before that, there was a grape cereal called Sir Fellows. And Sir Fellows, he was like a flying World War I ace, and he had like a World War I, those 2-wing planes.
Biplane?
Yeah, like a biplane. And it was purple. And in the box, you would get a biplane glider. That's how I remember it, because we got it because of the glider. Yeah, it was like a balsa wood glider.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sir Grape Fellows. It was the only grape cereal they had. Didn't last long.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was our best list, so I'll give you that one. All right, here's our worst, though. Here's where they start getting really, and you know why they get canceled. They're horrible. Horrible. All right, here's the worst ones that I remember. Now, we all remember the Oreo O's.
Yeah, wasn't that like where they were like Cheerios, but they were like Oreo situation?
Yeah, and
like
they're basically
chocolatey
like
frosting?
chocolatey, browny, black, and they're just and your milk got kind of that, but it wasn't like Cocoa Puffs good. It was just there was like a charcoal to it.
Well, yeah, I remember it was like the fake chemical chocolate.
Yeah.
Where it would turn the milk green and your poop would be green.
Yes.
They were just because it wasn't real chocolate. They were just dyeing it.
Yeah, it was just horrible. The Oreos, yeah, and the only thing appealing in the picture on the cover was like, oh wow, Oreo cookies, I'm going for it. And then you get it and you're like, ugh, it's gross.
But even just the sugar level makes me shiver.
And once again, well, anything made the cereal company. Remember the cereal company called Ralston?
That's Ralston Purina who made dog food.
Yes, they made cereal. Ralston.
Of course they did.
Yes. Well, Ralston made this one, number 4, the Urkel-O. Did you ever eat the Urkel-O?
So once again, like the Mr. T one. No, I didn't. But it's those stunt cereals.
Yeah. Yeah, this one came later.
I can name a couple other stunt cereals right now, but I'm not going to because they might be on your list.
I got the Urkel-O's later on. I think I was definitely out of high school. I was probably in my stoner days. They're basically, they bragged it as, a banana, there's yellow and pink. They'd say, it was strawberry and bananas. And they're like Fruit Loops.
Like all mixed together?
Yeah, they're like a strawberry and a banana That's what they claimed. But really, essentially, it tasted like Fruit Loops. Or they tried to push it like Fruit Loops. It was a circular ring. But they're Urkel-O's, and they had Urkel lore all over it, question, answer, maze, everything. The box is fun. Okay, you got a lot to... But the cereal stunk. It was the worst. It didn't taste like anything. It was crap. Urkel-O's. Here's another one. Do you remember, made by the Willy Wonka Factory cereal brand, the Nerds cereal? Did you ever eat the Nerds cereal?
I think I remember seeing it, but I didn't eat it because the Nerds was like, as a candy, was like sugar grape nuts.
Yeah, they were like gravel.
Yeah. Just gravel, little sugar.
Cereal's
rocks.
equally shitty. Stinks.
Yeah, the cereal must have just been craze balls.
Oh, now this next one, number 2. So Nerd Cereal's 3. Number 2. Now this one, got a little backstory on this one. I remember this one because the grandparents tried to get this, made by Quaker. They tried to push this on. You ever see King Vitamin?
No.
Grandparents used to get it. Okay, it was corn oat. It was like little stars. They were like little stars, kind of like alphabets. Imagine alphabets shaped like stars.
I like the alphabets. It's like Lucky Charms. I like Lucky Charms
Without the marshmallows.
without the marshmallows.
Yeah, that would be the alphabet, or Yeah, but these weren't quite sugared enough, so they're super lame. And the mascot guy on it was a real king, like a real guy's face, but he had a cartoon crown and cowl. Funny enough, I was looking at a picture of it today. I was like, I remember these. These are disgusting.
Really?
And the guy looks oddly like Jerry Sandusky. The Penn State pervert guy who was raping all the...
Oh.
He looks like Jerry Sandusky.
Oh.
Yeah, you should look it up. It's called King Vitamin. But here was the cereal that got me mad, got me making this whole list.
This is your number 1.
Did you? All right, this is going to go back to some old episodes where I hate Star Wars because of the C-3PO cereal. Did you eat the C-3POs?
No. I don't think I ever did.
They're fucking disgusting.
Were they? What was the deal with them?
They look like a chain link, almost like 2 eyes, almost like 2 circles together like a chain link, like that, And they were like a bran. They were like a dark brown bran chain link. And they had no flavor. There's no color to them. They were just kind of like diarrhea, like gray.
As fun and exciting as a protocol droid.
It was like droid bits.
Oof.
Yeah, and they tried to Star Wars up the box as much as you could, but you weren't hiding the shit cereal in there. The C-3PO cereal, I remember getting it home when I was a kid and going, oh my God, I got C-3PO cereal. I was super psyched and I poured it in the bowl, and it was just like, this is like, ugh, crap. It's just bran.
Wow.
It was horrifying. I don't know what they're thinking, like kids are gonna just get diarrhea. You're just going to give the kids the fucking squirting sharts?
Keep regular.
Oh. All right, well, Ralston, Purina, they came up with another one. I had to put this on, well, C-3POs is number one, so they stink. They're the worst. Fuck you, Star Wars. Fuck you, C-3PO. Ralston, do you remember Gremlins cereal? Did you ever do the Gremlins?
That's another stunt one. I kind of remember when it came out, but I don't think I ever had it.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. I went to a sleepover once, and I think we had the Gremlins cereal at a sleepover, and I remember thinking, this isn't very good. Once again, it was kind of like the cereal shit, but the box is pretty cool, a lot to look at. We were like, all right, look at that. We're doing the maze on the back, and the next thing you know, you're eating it like, they taste like shit. I think I'm done.
I remember, didn't they have E.T. cereal?
They did, but I don't think I ever had the E.T. cereal.
I feel like it was based off Reese's Pieces or something.
Oh, man.
Which might have been,
you're right.
Which might have been the progenitor of the Reese's cereal.
The Reese peanut butter cup cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah, would they be? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to give it a goog. I bet you there's an E. They had to have made an E.T. cereal. Come on.
I think I remember there being an E.T. cereal, but I don't remember much about it.
And if they missed their opportunity to have Reese in the cereal,
right? No, I think that was their whole thing because they were making buku off the Reese's Pieces, and then they were like, let's make an E.T. cereal, and I think they came up with the corn E.T. cereal, and people were like, why don't you put the Reese's Pieces in it? And people were so mad that they were like, okay. And they put the Reese's Pieces in it.
Yeah, you'd almost have to. Yeah.
Or it was like Reese's Pieces flavor or something. I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, E.T. cereal. Yeah, I bet you there. I'll have to give that one a goog. I don't know. Yeah, or E.T. cereal.
And I remember at the other end of the 80s, the Batman cereal.
Yeah, but there's some in the 80s, 90s. Yeah, there's periodically.
The Batman cereal, once again, it's just Captain Crunch. I don't think I ever had it.
I remember one with a marshmallow in it.
Oh, that's right, the bat signal marshmallows.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was Captain Crunch with marshmallows.
Oh, was that it?
I think so, but yeah, I didn't have it. It's been a long time.
Here's one.
Actually, I think I saw a YouTube video not too long ago where somebody had a box of the 1989 Batman cereal. They opened it and they were eating it.
Was it any good? Did you like it?
I think they were saying it was kind of stale, but it was essentially Captain Crunch with marshmallows.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, and they still to this day float those little marshmallows, those weird little powdery. You're not a fan of the marshmallow. I'm all right with it, but
they're okay sometimes. Like I like Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Because I find that oaty flavor and a little bit of marshmallow sort of works pretty good. I sort of like it there, but oftentimes I'll just get a spoonful of just all the oat shit.
Sure.
Like
that's when you could just do the alphabets, or you could, Yeah, I don't know. I know. Older I get, the less sugary I get with my cereal. So the older I get, now, I mean, when I was a kid, I would have scoffed at Honey Bunches of Oats. I love the Honey Bunches of Oats now.
That's Cheerios with
Frosted Flakes.
The honey and the nuts on them.
Yeah, and there's nuts flakes in there, and and you put a little dash, just a little bit of cinnamon sugar on there, and just give it a little bump.
It's got a little honey in there already.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Here's the only, speaking of flakes, this was the one that made honorable mention, my last one on the list. Did you remember the banana Frosted Flakes?
No.
Yes, I remember banana Frosted Flakes because they could not replicate, in the 70s and early 80s, they could not replicate banana.
No.
I don't even think there's freeze-dried bananas in there. I think it was just a banana flavoring on the flake.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't, but I remember it being kind of terrible and not tasting like bananas.
Yeah.
And my mom going, you like bananas, and I think I remember my mom cutting up a banana, trying to add to it for me so I would eat it, but I don't remember it being good.
Yeah, because sometimes they cross the line and they get into the chemical flavor, which I really don't like.
Which was real predominant in the 80s. Chemicals and additives they were just
like
pouring.
I remember specifically, they changed the Cocoa Puffs formula. The new Cocoa Puffs were awful. It was just chemical chocolate. But then the store generic brand version of Cocoa Puffs was the old original Cocoa Puff formula.
Yes.
And it was a world of difference.
Yeah.
One tasted like chocolate, the other was like a weird chemical thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they were doing. It was something that, around like 83 till about 90.
You know what it was is I think the cocoa prices got expensive. And they were looking for chemical substitutes.
That's probably it. Yeah, there's probably some import. Yep, definitely. And the sugar lobby and everything like that, yeah. Yeah, there's something. Big chocolate, big chocolate. So there's my list of discontinued cereals. There you have it,
Wow,
guys.
yeah, there's a lot of discontinued cereals. Some I sort of knew, and a lot, fucking, I'm like, man,
Well, when you're
OJ
editing
cereal?
this episode and you write them down, Google the pictures of it, especially the grape one and the OJs. I want you to remember, if you can remember OJs, because I miss the OJs. I want the OJs back.
Orange cereal, huh?
They were orange. They're little tiny oranges. They're orange spheres. And boy, they were orange zingy.
And then you said there was the grape cereal, too.
Yeah.
Captain Grape Nuts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but they were grape nuts. The grape ones were Sir Grape Fellows.
Sir Grape Fellows.
Yeah, they're purple O's with marshmallow stars. They had marshmallow stars in them.
Purple O's with marshmallow stars. See, I would have bought that.
Yeah, but the mascot was kind of 70-ish. He almost looked like a Bullwinkle, like the same guy who drew Bullwinkle.
Did this get advertised on TV?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Really?
But I almost remember. I don't remember it in Saturday morning cartoon context. I remember it almost more like a, maybe I don't know.
Because here's the thing, you know my dad and how he did stuff. He was just like, write down whatever you want on the fucking notepad. And then he would go early Sunday morning to the grocery store to get all the stuff.
Yeah.
So I never saw what was out there.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
See, we used to go with my parents. See, my mom would grocery shop and they go, you go, I'll be either in a cereal aisle or the magazine aisle. So I'd go to the magazines, do my thing, go back to the cereal aisle, pick out my cereal, bring it to her, go back to the magazine aisle. So that's where I was that's where I would be babysitting myself while she shopped around the store.
Yeah.
But I like the cereal aisle. I like the colors. I still to this day, I go to the cereal aisle, I look around. I like the colors. I like the mascots. I like the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something weirdly comforting about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you always did.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fun. How we doing? We're doing on time.
There we
Okay, good enough. 1 hour. We're there. Hey, next new studio we're in. We're gonna leave you with that. Then.
Like, subscribe, pass it on to friends, tell somebody else about the show, talk about it with a friend, bring other people into it, watch the show, subscribe, hit like. It really does a lot for us. It'll help us, it'll help YouTube put us in front of more actual people so they can actually watch the show. That's what we're doing it for, is you peeps.
Yeah, and if you got any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I want to say I'd like list ideas. If you guys got list ideas, because some weeks
For a
we're pulling our
topic
hair
or
out,
something.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
think Wayback Machine if you can, But if not, whatever. Well, we'll work with it. But okay, cool. Thanks for tuning in. It's the Shlicketty cast. Bye.